All right, welcome to the video companion of top 5 things Quizizz can do that you may not know. We'll start over here on the home page. It's not one of the top 5 things, but one thing Quizizz does very well is have a searchable library for just about anything that you might be looking for. So I would just start off by typing in any topic that you want to try and find and take a look at some of the activities and use them and either cannibalize the questions or add your own or what have you. But like that should be a good way to get started and not having to feel like you have to do everything from scratch. So you can go through the different options, whether it's assessments or lessons, which also include information slides along with your interactive slides. And then interactive videos. And if you haven't explored Quizizz interactive videos, it is a great feature. It is certainly a Edpuzzle-like interface. And what's nice about interactive videos is that they can be embedded in a quiz as you go, or be a standalone assessment for you. And finally, passages. We haven't talked too much about passages, but that is a way where you can have a reading passage that students can ask or be asked questions about, and it will display the reading passage for you. So take a look at that as you go. All right, so the first thing I did want to talk about was Quizizz Teams. So I'm going to go to my library, and you'll notice that there is an option for teams. I don't have any at the moment, but you can put a team together by going to New Team and entering a team name and then adding different collaborators. So if I wanted to go and add like a US government team, let's say, I could do that and either send them a link or add people using their FCPS Google address. Copying and sending a link is probably the easiest way to do that. And then I'll go to done. And then now I'd have a new team and they would show up here. So you can then save your things and your items to this team and they can all access it. All right, so let's talk about worksheets. So I'm going to pull up Quizizz here. This is a sample one. When you get to your main Quizizz screen for any of your assignments, there is a button that says Generate Worksheet. And clicking on that will give you this interface where it will let you edit some things. So if you want to make the font large or small or medium, give spaces for names. You can have it shuffle answers, shuffle questions. You can even give it as an answer key or produce an answer key with it. And so what this can do is, again, be more practice. So if you're doing a quiz in class and you want them to practice the questions at home, that's one way to do that. You can also, give it to them to check against themselves for later, or review, what have you. So once you go and generate it, it will generate basically a PDF of your quizzes in the same kind of nice format. You can see like questions that are open-ended, they give you lines for, which is definitely a nice thing. And then any kind of matching, they give you the matching interface there too. So just another kind of cool thing that you can do with Quizizz. The next thing is about using Quiz AI to generate questions. So we're going to go back to the home page and go to create. And if we go to create and go to assessment, one of the options it'll tell you to do is generate with AI. So that's over here. And that will go through sort of an interface where you can upload PDFs, you can upload a PowerPoint doc and all that kind of stuff. So if you have a Google Doc or even a Canva presentation, you can download them as a PowerPoint document or a PDF, upload that here in Quizizz, and it will go through and create questions for you. So it's a really cool feature. All right, we'll go back here. So one of the other things that you can do is under Create, is a new option here, relatively new, called flashcards. This is for the 4th tip. And from here, you can generate flashcards with AI by copying and pasting terms and definitions. And it will generate flashcards for you, or you can create them from scratch and use the Quizizz interface to do a front and a back. Once you save it and save that set, you can assign it to your students and let them practice with it. So it's a good good little extra thing, kind of like a Quizlet-based feature here in Quizizz. All right, so the other, thanks, Quizizz. All right, so one last thing I did want to bring up, this is tip number 5, is about using reports. So if I look at reports here under my Quizizz, there are a lot of powerful tools that you can use. So if I bring up, say, something like this, it'll give you all sorts of stats. So this is the each individual item. So this will tell you if they got it right or not. You can sort it. When they talk about accuracy growth, what is kind of nice about accuracy and growth is that if you give a redemption option and they can take it again, you can see like how they went from what they did on the retake. So if they got 100 right away, it's sort of noted, but then you can see the improvement. So you can go through student by student. You can sort it by score, by points, by name. This is kind of a caution because it will sort it by first name. So when you have your class, make sure your class tries to log in or set their account as their full name. So that's just something to keep in mind. You can go through reports through questions. You can get the item analysis for each of the questions. And then what you can do is download your presentation. So when you download your presentation, it will create an Excel file for you, and that will be very useful because you can use Excel to sort things and all that kind of fun stuff. So I guess that about wraps it up for 5 things about Quizizz that I certainly encourage you to try. You can do some combination thereof, like creating questions using AI and then generating worksheets. So you don't necessarily have to give it to them electronically. You can even use Quizizz to create questions for you that you then use with students. But yeah, I'd encourage you all to use it. If you have any questions or you want to work with Quizizz some more with me, go ahead and book time with me or just send me an email. So thanks for watching.